This is Updata Analytics running on the SaxoTrader platform, and so here we see SaxoTrader, really great for trading. And here I've got a forex screen and very basic charts in Saxo. So Updata Analytics brings an extra dimension to that. If you're a SaxoTrader client, then basically you and you Updata, you just choose Saxo markets in the trading platforms drop down and Updata. So from your tray icon, just configure that under trading platforms, and in doing that you'll get all your user account settings and everything that you need to put in. So basically, one of the really powerful things with Updata is that the data is cached, so that makes it super quick. So we see here, this is my charts today screen, so weekly charts. The weekly charts in Saxo go back a lot. The daily data goes back a very long way, so it makes the analysis really, really powerful, especially good for long-term backtesting and things, which we'll talk about. This just allows me to look at my weekly, daily, 60-minute, 1%, 0.5%, and 0.1% on the 60-minute. So get just a long-term, medium-term, and short-term view. And a lot of Updata users, of course, use this and follow me in charts today each day. So really, really good for that. And if we take a look at where you can get that in Updata, you go to the libraries and you can get the same screen here. We have the layout libraries and you'll see that they're all here. So really powerful in that regard as well. Key thing is you can just double click and get any chart you like. So here we see I've taken pound Swiss. See here the Brexit level, and if you wanted to say set buy levels, so you say, okay, I'd like to buy when it goes above that level, you can submit that order through to Updata, and that will then go through to your order management both in Saxo and in Updata. And you can do the same on horizontal levels for sell as well. So you could set up a series of trades, and you can see the order placed has gone straight through to Saxo. So quite useful there. Of course, what you can do is you can do more complex alerts. So you could say, I want to cross when it crosses through this trend line, and we could set a level there and say, okay, alert me when we cross this line. And so then you've got a series of options here. So you could say today only. That will take it straight through to trading again, so we can submit that order, and that will then sit in your Updata alerts to take through to Saxo when it gets triggered. The same thing with moving averages and key presses. You can do this on any indicator, so you can then just go right hand click on the indicator and say chart alert. You can trade when it crosses one moving average on the price, or when both moving averages cross, and I could say I want to watch that alert for the next 3 days just in case. And again, you can set that alert through, and you can submit these through to orders. So it gives you more powerful alerts to be able to go and do that. And so if we take a look at some other charts, just some of the techniques that are available in Updata, there's a whole series of chart types. So here we've got line bar, candlesticks, clouds, you name it, swing charts, waves. So here, for example, is the cloud chart. One that's very popular in Updata is just press the T key and it will give you automatically all the trends and targets on point and figure charts. So that's really powerful, and Updata's point and figure really is the best in the world. And we do market profile charts as well, so we can see here a market profile chart with all the profiles set up as well. So just that extra level of charting capability that's really strong. If we wanted to look at a whole series of techniques, we can add charts to our heart's content. So you can do RSIs, of course, MACDs, it really is no limit to the number of indicators that are available. So you straight away out of the box get a whole series of powerful tools. Updata also comes with a really powerful scanning and alerting capability. So for example, we could say we'd like to set up a new scan, and you can do this on point and figure levels, on candlestick patterns, all sorts of different things. So if we want to scan for, say, divergence, and I can select which indicator that I'm looking for divergence with. So I could say I want to see divergence on the RSI, and so I can choose that, add that condition, and I can add as many conditions as I want. So I might want to look for candle patterns or divergence. If I save and run this, and I'll call it RSI divergence, and we'll run that on the SaxoTrader, and you can see I've got lots of lists here, but if I run on my Saxo FX list, of course Updata will run on multiple data sources, so you can run Saxo alongside, and so there are 6 currencies pairs where we've seen divergence, and divergence is quite a hard thing to scan for. So we saw here that the price was falling but the RSI was rising, so that was indicating some divergence, and as I say, you've got to eyeball the results. So here we saw that price was starting to rise, making new highs, but we were seeing divergence on the RSI. So you can scan for divergence, and here we have one as well where on palladium the price is rising but the RSI isn't. So you can do this on all sorts of charts. Here we see it again on Eurodollar as well. So really quite a tricky scan to do, because you've got to quite a bit of computing to work out what divergence actually is, but that's just one example. You can scan for candle patterns. Of course, a lot of Updata users want to use Updata for the system testing capability, and in Updata we've got a library with over 1,000 different trading systems, all pre-written, so that you can, and custom indicators. So any indicator you want pretty well is in Updata. You could of course write it yourself. We support C# or Visual Basic or our own programming language. So we can actually go and let's just write a quick one. So I've downloaded an RSI system from the library. Here's the basic code for it, and you can see the parameters here. And so really simple. We've got these. If we've crossed the RSI by if the RSI has crossed a level, or sell if it crosses down through a level. And so basically, because these are parameters, it means we can optimize them. So straight away we can go for a quick optimization. I want to look for RSI. I want to find out which is the optimum RSI to use. So I can do this on so what I'm saying here is that I'm not sure 30 is the level to read. I'm scanning between 3 and 21 periods. I'm not sure 30 is the level to read, so I also want to just test the levels either side of that. So I'm testing 20, 30, 40 and 60, 70, 80 as the sell level. Run the scan, and so I'll go and choose an instrument. So why don't we take something like dollar yen? So here are all the currency pairs in Saxo. So we go for, can go on different periods of data, but I'm going to do it on the 60-minute data. You can also set your own commission levels, so you can see some friction in the system. I've got mine set to 0 here, and we're now going to run the scan, and you can see here that it's running through, and it's doing just a quick scan here. This is like a least squares regression where it's just running through, and we've done 6 passes, and these are the parameters. That's the optimization. These are the top 10 results. So it's telling me an 11 period, 20 or 70, a 12 period, but so that's the top one. So we're going for that one, and these are all the trades, and you can take out all these ratios and everything to spreadsheets. And so if I go straight to the chart, and we see here, these are all the trades marked on across that history. So really, really quite powerful. That's the 60-minute data. And so we can then say, okay, let's see that. those trades, and we can take those trades through to alert. So alert me based on this system. So you can basically say yes, you'd like to be alerted whenever this system gets triggered, and you can submit that through to orders again. So again, really quite powerful for that as well. And then on the stop loss, I've done another system here. This is actually the equity line. If we look at the equity curve on the RSI system, it's producing mixed results. This is the overall equity line from trading that system. One of my favorites is the flip-flop. This is in our library, and we can see here the equity curve has been quite successful with the right side of the trade, and it's saying use a 0.75% long and a 0.5% short on dollar yen on the 60-minute data. So again, just really quite powerful there, and we can zoom right into the chart and see for ourselves how that's performing. So a really great system to do that. If you want to have a go at using the Saxo data and Updata, just download a trial of Saxo and see for yourself. If you're already a Saxo user, download a trial of Updata and see for yourself. But really powerful, and just the speed at which you can get through this Saxo data, really, really good.